Hurry it up. 60 seconds and we're gone. Didn't I say biggest score of It's the Black Blossom! Drive! Look out!
Well, well, what do we have here?
Eat plasma, hero.
Whoa! Ah! Oof. Well, that was unpleasant.
Persistent little thing, aren't you?
Fool me once. Ha! Yeah, not fun.
Kyle?
Black Blossom, how's it?
Get away from me!
I would, but you're kind of stealing all the things. Shush. Oh boy, here goes nothing. Phew.
What's going on, friends? James DeWin here with the Alpha Red Comic Channel, hitting the buttons so that we can get started. Welcome to the snowiest day for most of us. I don't know if you guys are getting snow where you are, but snow is all the news, and we are definitely getting hit here in Central New York. We're used to it, though. We're used to it. We get the lake effect snow. We've been getting hammered since November 4th, and we've gotten over 90 inches already this year. And so, I mean, this season, not this year. We're only January 25th. So I'd say maybe we've got about 15 inches this month. So this year, but well over 90 inches here in Central New York. So thank you for joining me on a Sunday evening, capping the weekend with a little bit of drawing. And this year I'm trying to stay focused on independent comics and even more specifically, independent Christian comics. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Like I just remembered that sometimes if I'm not eating this mic, you guys might not hear me quite well. So like you can let me know in the comments whether or not you're having problems hearing me. But yeah, so I'm going to break that rule whenever some of the bigger comic events are coming out. Like I'm already thinking about Spider-Man, Superman, and Brother Benny has a commission coming whenever the Spider-Man Invincible hits. And so we'll definitely be breaking for that. But for now, as there's nothing big hitting, I want to make sure that you are aware that there's awesome independent comics out there. And if you're a Christian like myself, there's some choices out there for good superhero Christian comics. So I actually communicated with the creator of Illuminator. I don't know if you guys know what Illuminator is. He's a superhero comic that Marvel and Thomas Nelson teamed up to do. They created it, did 3 issues, and I've got some behind the scenes information, but I'm asking if I can share it or not. So he did share with me why he no longer wanted to do it. So, but yeah, we're gonna do him eventually. Illuminator. If you've ever heard of Illuminator from Marvel Comics, that was a Christian superhero that they actually published. I'm curious. I asked him how many copies the Illuminator sold. He didn't give me a number. He never got back to me. So I'll wait for a little bit longer to see if I can get a little bit more information. I've invited him on, like I've invited Evan David on, the creator of Black Blossom. So hopefully he'll chime in here. I don't know if he will be here or not, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because I love to hear the process of how other creators come up with their creations and their actual workflow. So there's lots of ways to get to the finished product of a comic book, and it's nice to hear other people's process. So maybe I'll nail down what my process is. It's always fluid, so I hate saying I'm going to do a video where I tell you my process, because my process changes every time I hear of a new process. I always tweak my process, because I'm always trying to learn what whether or not there's a better process that fits my style. And so I'm always trying. You have to be open to learning. So thank you again for joining me. We'll do the applause again. We'll read some of the comments, and then we'll get to it. Let's see who is in the house. Brother Fong is in the house. More love for Star-Crossed Comics? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. You should do something to help promote Last Gen. I will. So I am talking behind the scenes. Brother Ray McKay and I are possibly gonna do something. And why not? Why not do it while Last Gen is still crowdfunding? They hit their goal, so it's not as imperative. But why not point to it while we have the opportunity? So this is the main star of the evening. This is Black Blossom. There are many. And this is like, I believe, the latest costume for her. I myself did do a variant cover just because I asked him if I could do a variant cover. And he said, I don't care. You can do one if you want. So this was very early on. After I got on board with Star-Crossed Comics, I thought maybe my artwork would kind of help bring attention to the thing. So anyone who wants the drawing for the evening, can purchase it, and you will also get a signed copy of Black Blossom #1 with my variant cover for $30. If you would like it, you can PayPal jamesqartist@gmail.com. Otherwise, sometime in the morning, I'll post it on my Etsy store, and you can reach that at jamesq.net. But this is the artwork inside. It's a different style than I do. He does like more of an anime manga style. And sometimes it's just like what you can afford at the time. So he is up to like issue number 12 or 13. There are only 9 or 10 that are colored. And then they start going black and white because it is crowdfunding. It's hard to get all the necessary funds to create the entire comic. But that is that. And here we are, the fresh page. And this here, brother Shay Zero for Hire is trying to call me. Brother man, come on the live chat. Come on the draw stream. Here it is. This is for my reference. This is my current solution for having the reference nearby. Oh boy, it worked better last week. There we go. All right. So we're starting with a blank page, and you guys know how apprehensive I get when starting with a blank page. I do have a pose in mind. I did not go searching through my comics like I normally do. For a pose, I typically go through either a Joe Madureira comic, or I flip through some David Finch images to. I can already tell that I'm influenced by my picture over here. Like, this is all I want to draw right now is a variation of this. So maybe I'll just look through here, pull up one of the coolest poses of this, and then go with that. So it's hard to. Here we go. Hey, I like that. Let's do the cover to Black Blossom #2 as an inspiration for the pose. Charge. All right. I did have a pose that I guess is similar to what I actually drew for this variant cover, and it is really influencing the pose that I have. So she is coming at you. She's got this hand thing going. So her powers. Actually, let's do that. Let's introduce you to her. The Black Blossom is an all-ages superhero comic that takes itself seriously with a dynamic, entertaining, and modern writing style combined with a tone benefiting an action-packed Saturday morning cartoon show. Michi Hidaka, a female Pacific Islander protagonist who dons a supersuit of liquid metal, enabling her to fight crime in an invincible, shape-shifting suit of armor. A fiendish villain plans to take a shortcut to heaven, a place our heroine doesn't even believe exists. But as she dives further into the mystery, she'll be forced to confront her very perception of reality. Bum, 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 bum. So it does take itself seriously, he says. So it is a faith-based thing, faith-based comic, but it doesn't really necessarily feel like it initially. So because she's an atheist, her dad is a professor. He's a believer, but he is, she is not. She is like questioning. And then she gets the suit, and the things that she sees, the people that she meets, kind of start to have her question what she thinks of reality, evolution, all those things. And so if you pick up the first issue, you don't necessarily see my man trying to call me when I start the live stream. Come on, man. Jay Scott's in the house. What's up? Happy Sunday to everyone. So are you guys getting snow? Are you getting all the snow that everybody's scared of? Brother Zero for Hire in the house. He's like Shazam. Call him. Say his name. And he'll be here. So, very funny. Oh man, you can ask me whatever you wanted to call about, unless you wanted to just chit chat. Did you have some suggestions for Black Blossom? So, this here is the pose. I like it. It's kind of generic, but what I like about her powers and her suit is that it's like kind of organic liquid-ish, and then she can get these backpack things, these jetpack things, and then she has like cannons that come out of her hand, sort of, but via the symbiote. Yeah, the symbiote. So I want to make sure I kind of draw a relatively cool. Well, you always want like a super duper cool gun, cannon, futuristic, something or other. But at the same time, you want it to seem like it's being created out of this ooze, this symbiotic ooze cannon thing. But of course, it's got to be connected to her arm here. New girl parts here. And yeah, this is a new suit as far as I know. Like, I read the first couple of issues, and as a creator, you tend to just get lost in creating your own stuff. So I have not been keeping up with his latest issues, and so I'm hoping that he pops in here, because I did invite him and he said he would try. I don't think Sundays are good for him, but yeah, I should have my buddy Ray McKay on shortly to kind of, go over what he's working on, because he is a busy young man. All right. And I am drawing this on the back of a backer board, so I will be able to continue trying to convince you that you need to start collecting sketches on the back of backer boards, so that you can just keep it with the comic book instead of getting a sketch cover, which can sometimes be expensive. You can simply, or it doesn't exist. Not every comic has its own sketch cover, but you can keep your sketch of Black Blossom, in this case, with the comic. So I like how, I understand why Evan David has to have different artists work on his book, because independent artists come and go. There's not a lot of money in it, if we're being honest. And so you get them when you can get them. If they have, they're just trying to get some experience. If you were here on Tuesday and we're hanging out when Pete Smetty was here, he suggested that artists and writers not do it for exposure. You don't ever want anybody to see your early work. You're actually doing it for experience. You need to get those reps in, and if someone's willing to pay you a little bit for it, or you're getting the experience of working with somebody, then that makes it worth it, because you'll have your name attached to something if you need it. But if you don't necessarily want people to know that you never want anyone to see your early work. Never, 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 never. Because hopefully you got started before you were good enough to get started. And that just means that you're just doing it and getting sharper and getting better whilst you are. Let's do this. Is that better? Yeah. So you're just doing it. You're getting better as you're experiencing working with other creators. If you are a writer, you're experiencing working with an artist and an editor. We had some really good conversations. I don't know if you guys were there for the interview that I had with Peter Semendi, but I found it very, very interesting. And I got a couple of comments afterwards that they appreciated. They appreciated all the insight that Pete had. He's been doing it for 20 years. He started Alterna in 2006. So show Pete some love. Go over to alternacomics.com. His comic, King Cryptid, is family friendly. Not all the comics are. Some of them are darker. The two that I can think of are darker. And even their anthology series tends to skew to like horror and science fiction. Like even horror science fiction. So you guys getting snow? Nobody is getting snow on the East Coast here. It is the buzz of everything anybody wants to talk about. How much snow are you getting? What are you going to do tomorrow? Are you going to work tomorrow? Schools are canceled already. Like, my goodness, people. My goodness. So I know that Evan David, his wife is Polynesian. So she's a Pacific Islander. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the lingo of what Pacific Islanders like to be called. I know that they're not all Hawaiian or Polynesian even. But maybe Mr. Evan David can pop on in here and set us straight. Or anybody who knows. Maybe you are from the islands. Maybe you can set us all straight, us land lovers. Have you guys been to Hawaii? The story starts in Hawaii, but I don't think they stay in Hawaii. Just because I believe that Evan is in Colorado. He works for Focus on the Family. So I don't know if he has to be in state to do that. Brother Fong says, I was trying to listen to as much of the interview as I could while driving to Bible study. It was good. Yes, he had a lot of great insight. Been buried for 2 days, bro. We're supposed to it's supposed to end sometime tomorrow morning, but it's been snowing since 9 a.m. and it is now 8 p.m. and it has not stopped. Sometimes more heavy, sometimes less heavy. Snow? What snow? Fong says. What is snow? Come on over. We'll show you what it's about. All right, so let's do some symbiotic ooze. Let's see. I'm gonna do it like Eric Larson used to do it. He used to do some. It was weird. It was like, I don't even know how to describe how he did the Venom symbiote. So you just throw a bunch of stuff out here. And then there's a weapon that's supposed to come out somewhere in here. All right, so that'll be like on the lower. So there's a brace that connects it to the bigs. The smalls connected to the bigs. And then this guy is just like a grenade launcher or something. This will be the huge blaster. Let's make them all go back to a specific area. There you go. That's making it look a little bit more for reals. Making it look more for reals. So I did have one of my absolute Batman pictures colored by my normal colorist. It looks amazing. I'll show you guys whenever I don't know if I can show you. I might be able to show you if I finish early. If I finish before 9 o'clock, I can show you some of the. Oh, I never showed you guys the progress of Alpha Red number 8. I don't know. Do you guys want to see the progress of Alpha Red number 8, or do you guys want to be surprised? So I did pages 1 through 15 straight through, and then I got a hankering to continue to do the wrestling, because it flips over to the secondary story, which is it switches like what becomes the main story. But anyway, it switches over to more of a non-wrestling kind of scene. And so I did 1 through 15, and then I did page 18, which I thought I was done, but I looked it over and I forgot a huge detail, so I have to do that. But I had already started pages 16 and 17. So page 16 is all the way pencil, and page 17 is laid out, thumbed out, I should say. Let's see here. Let's see if I can turn this a little bit more interesting. I know that Evan has more of a he definitely has some ideas about what the weapon looks like and how things move, because when I was doing the variant cover, he was very specific about the weapon that I was doing and the jetpack. The jetpack that comes out, it opens up like her back, and then like this huge thruster thing comes out of it. But it's not like any random thing. Like I was looking, it reminded me enough of Super Patriot from Image way back when. I don't know if you guys remember that. But so I looked up some images of Super Patriot to see if it was as cool as I remember. And it didn't hold up as well. I think it was Dave Johnson. I know he's an incredible artist, but like it hit harder back in the 90s when it came out. I looked at it, I said, it's good, but it's a little stiff. His artwork back then was a little stiff. So I was not able to be as inspired by those weapons or much of what I associated it with back yonder time. Whoop. What's going on, Saboteur Comics? How you doing? Thank you for joining us on this Sunday evening. Sunday. Saboteur Comics. What are you, an indie comic? I assume you're an indie comic. You have some kind of comic. If comic is in your name, I assume you have a comic book that you can talk about. Tell us what Saboteur Comics is all about. Have you published any books? Are you on your way to publishing some books? We met on Substack, right? Is that where I saw your name and then went over and followed your YouTube? Remind me. Indie horror. That's it. Indie horror. There you go. So is it like more of a anthology kind of thing, or do you follow one protagonist, or does it vary? Does it jump from character to character? Is it just one big story? Is it werewolves? Are you doing ghosts? Are you how horror are you going, or is it just like violent gore and such? Which probably would not be the audience for Alpha Red would not be the typical audience for an indie horror book. So Saboteur Comics says, I have been published, never on my own. It jumps planning on a 1 through 4 serial killer. Okay, you mean like there's 4 different ones, or 1 through 4 comics, and then you're just following like a murder mystery kind of horror thing? Murder hornet. I think that's what I was thinking. So who's that Asian guy? Murder hornet. All right, that's not so bad, right? Let me look at the inspiration again. Inspiration one more time. So this is the inspiration right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's kind of jumping out. It's just her hand up front, and then she's like, I think the back hand is actually, I know that one of her hands often turns into like a hammer or something like that, but I'm just going with a fist. I'm going with the normal fistity fist. Fisty. Zero for Hire says, I'm here for the indie horror. There you go. You got one person. 1 through 4 issues. Horror, mystery, yes. Nice. I like a good mystery, honestly. A good mystery is where it's at. It's hard. It's great if it's done well. If it's too predictable, then I'd still enjoy it, I think, to see how close you got to what you were trying to achieve. Zero for Hires here for the horror. Brother man. Shay. Here for the horror. All right. What do you guys think? Is it time for the inks? Is it time for the inks? Let me see what I want to do with the symbiote stuff. Like I can have a little bit more fun with the symbiote stuff because it's kind of organic and it's kind of coming at you. So Saboteur Comics, is it like set in the real world, or is it set in like a sci-fi? J. Scott is still here. I'm still here, he says. Sir, yes, sir. I am thankful that you are here. Zero for Hire says, I like when they make crazy stuff. Makes sense. Yes. FYI, our favorite independent comic creator is turning 51 this week. Who's that? Who that is? Brother Phone? Brother Phone was trying to help a brother out. I am turning 51 on Wednesday. 5-1. Turning the 5-1 on Wednesday. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the shout out. Appreciate your you hanging out with me every week. And appreciate the shirt. I forgot to wear the shirt. I think it's in the laundry. It's in my normal rotation for sure. The old guys are the old man shirt. So we want to make it so it's like kind of shiny liquid. So we'll keep that. So yeah, I'm not smart enough to do a mystery. Just because it takes so long for me to get an issue out. I feel like people hanging on for a payoff is kind of cruel when you're an independent artist. Now maybe Saboteur Comics, you are you got your artist lined up and he's gonna bang them out. But outside of my writer Ray McKay helping me with just kind of a story, like the general story, he has come at me with a couple of stories that we're doing. I've asked him for certain kinds of stories and he's given me that kind of stuff. But then after he turns it in, I still enjoy scripting my stories. And there's a lot of quality control too. So I'm like not just the creative editor. And I allow Ray to kind of push back on some of the editorial decisions that I make because it is his story on a pretty big level. So I don't want to dismiss his ideas and just like throw my weight around as the creator of Alpha Red. But I mean, I do get the final say, but I don't lord that over him. Don't want to lord that over him, but hopefully he doesn't feel that way. I know that he pushed back on an idea that I had that was different than his idea. I'm still mulling it over. Might be a compromise. He had a more scientific explanation for some things that were going on, and I like the more supernatural. So we shall see. We still have time. Alpha Red number 8 is beginning to be colored. I sent off some of the first pages, which I have to do like I have to not re-edit, but like I have to make sure that it's ready to go out the door, because oh yeah, I forgot about her, the little bracelet. It's all starts with a bracelet that she ends up using as her hair thing. She uses it as her hair clip. So she slips it on, and then it turns into the symbiote. I think I'm feeling pretty good that I'm representing the symbiote correctly. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's in the real world, 1970s. Nice. Okay. Is it based on real events? Is it based in any kind of reality, like real murder mysteries in a certain part of America or something like that? Brother Funk says the appreciation is mutual. I thank you, sir. Dang, what do you get, the man who has everything? Yes, sir. What do you get? I really don't need anything, honestly. More time. Just give me more time. That is what I want. Unfortunately, I am doing it all, so I am very, very slow. I feel you, brother. I feel you. First 5 issues of Alpha Red took 10 years. So, but you know, now I'm hiring help. So, so I got 2 out last year, and I'm hopeful that I will get 2 to 3 of them out this year. So, oops. Brother Funk says comics. Of course, you get the guy who has everything. You get him comics. Really, I need the time to read the comics. I have a stack of comics that I would love to read, including a bunch of indie comics. But the time. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? Brother Fong, when is your birthday? Was that April? March, April? No, it's not. I know you're not too far behind me. So, all right, we'll keep that the symbiote stuff. There's my. All right, let's grab the pen again. Here comes the pen. Where's my? Darn it. Hang tight, guys. I'm gonna run over across the room and grab my circle maker. I'm back. Everything's relatively close. I'm relatively organized. I'm too old to not be organized. You just, in general, know where certain things are. And if you see that it's not in its proper place, you go right away and put it in its proper place, because because you forgot it there. And if you don't put it right back in its place right away, you're not going to be able to find it again. So that's too big. Let's do different size. Let's see if I can. There you go. We'll do a nice thick cannon blaster thing here. Then we'll get the other smaller circle. Get some smaller. There we go. No, I did everything for issues 1 through 5. Wrote it, drew it, inked it, and it, it's a heavy lift. And so with issue number 6, I brought on Ray McKay just to kind of, he brought the story. I expanded the story a little bit. I actually broke it in half and then expanded it. I hate using these little things. I'm not going to use it. Not going to use it. It is just going to be freehand. It's going to be free-handed so that it looks a little bit more organic. But once Ray came along, not only was it a help to have his story, and I didn't have to think as much about it, like from start to finish. You know, you can bounce ideas off of the other person, and they love it, they hate it, like, where do we go from there, kind of thing. And it helped that Ray's young. He's 22 now, so when he started with me, I believe he was 20, just turned 21 shortly after. So he was definitely more open to my suggestions and my final say. But it was nice to have someone else around to just kind of shoot the breeze, talk comics. And his excitement for comics in general is infectious. You know, he's just excited about comics and wants to write comics for a living. He understands that it's going to be a hard thing to do because it doesn't pay as well. So you have to do a few comics per month. And can you maintain the quality if you're doing a bunch of them? Saboteur Comics says, OMG, I may do some hired stuff next issue. This is killing me just lettering it. Yep. So lettering is one of the easiest ones to get off your plate. There's people that will letter for $12 a page, $12 a page. My guy does it for $10 a page, but I think I don't want to abuse him by by giving his name out. And he only does the Christian comics. So he's a good brother like that. He believes in the cause. So he is willing to he's willing to freeze the price at $10 a page. But I had a really quick guy from Canada who was helping out with the lettering of issue number 6, because I thought that I was going to be able to get it out faster. I wanted to get it out in 2024, at the end of 2024. It was all done. My part was done by October sometime of 2024. But then the post-production stuff just would not end. Everybody was relatively chugging along at a decent pace. And I finally got all the colored pages back by Thanksgiving of 2024. And then it was kind of a waiting game for the letters to be finalized. And that was partly my fault because I kept redoing the script, you know, adding layers to the story. And then when I sent it off, they're like, oh, you know, it's like the beginning of December. I sent it off. I'm like, all right, I need it back by Christmas. They're like, oh, no. You can't have it back by Christmas. No, it's going to take you 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I was like, are you kidding me? But I was ordering 2 comic books to be printed at this new large print run offset printing place. And for both of them to be done, it was going to take like 6 weeks. And I was just so disappointed. But nobody to blame but myself, honestly. March 31st. There you go. I'm still mulling over what I want you to draw for that draw stream. Just bought two sketch covers, Batman sketch covers. I forget what the significance of them are. They're the same issue. It's just blue, and there was nothing for me in my pool box, so I just went ahead and bought those. Even though I'm committed to doing independent comics and independent Christian comics if I can, for draw streams as much as I can. But yeah, one idea is a mock cover of The Brave and the Bold with Batman and Alfred. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How cool would that be? The other idea is a recreation of the splash image of the GALA running out of the cave from Justice League of America number 200. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. But you know it. You know I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you. You can hop on here and we can chat. I don't know. Is that a Sunday? Is the 31st? It'd be the 28th. Is the Sunday before March 31st. So I don't know if Evan were to show up, I don't know if I would notice right away. Maybe it would chime. I'm hoping it would chime. I gotta take a drink here. I was thirstier than I thought. But yeah. So Evan works with Focus on the Family, and he works with the what's the kids thing with Focus on the Family? It's escaping me. The Town, what is it? With Mr. Whitaker. Somebody help my old brain. Somebody who knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, Evan David is in charge of creating new stories and creating new things with that. No? Nobody? It's The Town. I think the name of the thing is the name of the town. But one of my daughter's friends, Imagination Station. That's the thing that they hop into, but it's called, what is it called? My goodness. Let me pull it up here. But my daughter's friend really enjoyed enjoyed the property, and even though she's 29, she still wants to interact with the some of the stuff. Let's see if anybody else. Have a nice stream. Must run. Great catching you live. Thank you, Saboteur Comics. Thanks for jumping in. Adventures in Odyssey. That's it. So the creator of Black Blossom also works for them, working on Adventures in Odyssey. And so my daughter's 29-year-old friend says that she wishes they would have more different media, even if it's, so she doesn't even like comic books, but they started putting out comic books of the stories, and she bought them. She just found that they had made them, and so she bought them, and she said, I would interact with much more different media of Adventures in Odyssey. So I was hoping to let him know that, and I probably will. I was going to let him know on this stream, but if he's he can't make it on, I'll just message him and let him know that fans who grew up with Adventures in Odyssey really like almost anything that they put out that's affiliated with it. So trading cards, she's like, I would buy the heck out of some trading cards of Adventures in Odyssey, collecting different characters or maybe some of the different stories. And she's she's single and she has money. She has a full-time job. And so she's like, I just love it. We'll listen to it every time it comes on the radio. She will stop and listen to Adventures in Odyssey. So why not give her something to interact with? Brother Funk says, I met Katie Lee, who's a voice actor in Adventures in Odyssey, right? Adventures? Or is that a different, slight variation? Adventures in Odyssey of Odyssey. But yeah. So as people who create stuff, you have to remember that sometimes you're fans of the characters just want kind of just more stuff that reminds them of the thing they love so much. So I think that's why people like trading cards and things like that. I've never been much of a trading card person. I like the comic books, but somebody's got to enjoy these trading cards enough that they keep making them. I know people get excited. The kids get excited anyway when I go to these comic conventions and I give them a card with Alpha Red on it, or just Zed Keel or whoever. I don't think I have a wingman yet. I got to work on that. Of course, I got to have a wingman. What am I thinking? But they love the trading cards. They'll take some trading cards. And they're not too expensive. They're about like 15 cents, 12, 15, 11 cents, depending on how many you get. I get like 1,000 cards, and it's like $130 shipped to me. So but that's cool. That's cool that you've met some of the voice actors. I didn't realize how many people were aware of voice actors and were fans of voice actors. My local comic convention has all, like, the couple of them that I go to. They have like Charlie Brown voice actors, and people line up like crazy for them. Like, are you kidding me? Charlie Brown? And these people are old, I don't mean to disparage old people, but like, and obviously it's worth it for them. They make it worth it for them, and they give them something to do, and people want to take pictures with them and stuff. Like, I don't understand. Does not compute. But it is a thing. I mean, I understand for maybe Peter Cullen. Come on. But no, I don't know why it pops like that. It makes it, like, out of the corner of my eye, it looks like somebody chimed in with a new comment. But Funk says, FYI, I recently submitted a proposal to a church here to host a Christian comic book convention. You need to come out here to build up your West Coast fan base. Yes, sir. I did talk to Ralph Miley. I don't know, Fong, if you know who Ralph Miley is. He does the Christian Comics Art Society, CCAS. And if he can give me some room at his table, he says he can get me into the San Diego Comic-Con. He can get me a free ticket if I can get there. So I'm trying to get there. I have to get there. I have to find a place to stay. But I have my name on a waiting list for San Diego. And so, but it's not a guaranteed anything. But Ralph says that if you're there and you let them know that you're there and you have your stuff and somebody cancels on their table, they will absolutely let you in. They will give that person first priority if you're on the waiting list and you are there. So, part 1 done, on the waiting list. Now I just have to show up with an armful of comics and hope that somebody calls out. So I don't know. I would like to take care of that sooner rather than later. Get some airline tickets and stuff. But yeah, if they're doing a Christian comic convention at a church, count me in. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Come on. But yeah, I was thinking about that on the East Coast here too. I mean, my wife is putting together a homeschool convention, and I'm kind of catching the bug. Like, she's talking to vendors, talking to spaces. I mean, it's not like I have the time to do it, but like, man, that would be really cool. Really cool. And why not, churches? Come on. Where you at? Where you at? Let's get a bigger, thicker picker upper. Let's fill in some of this stuff. So this will be for sale. If anybody wants to buy it, $30. $30. You can get this piece, and you can get the variant cover that I drew for Black Blossom #1. Come on. So, what, I don't know if you guys were here when I was telling you about the Illuminator. The Illuminator, if you're aware that that Marvel Comics, in conjunction with Tommy Nelson, created and published and was distributed by Marvel Comics, a Christian comic called The Illuminator. The powers were a little weak sauce, but like, he would grow brighter when his faith was stronger. Kind of like Alpha Red in that aspect, where his suit is stronger when his faith is stronger. Whenever his faith is tested and he kind of steps up and trusts in God, the suit allows him to do cooler things. More gadgetry is available to him. when he believes or trusts in God and not so much in his own powers. You. So Funk says, "Yep, I know Ralph. He's the one giving me an advance for a Christian comic book convention. Advice. Sorry, I can't read. It's getting late. It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. There's a lot of excitement. I'm starting to talk with a local Christian nonprofit group to help out with the convention. Oh. If I don't go to San Diego, maybe I just fly out whatever church that you're talking about. I gotta go. I don't know what TTL was, but thanks for hanging out, Shay. Thank you for hanging out. But we're almost done here anyway. I think. Methinks. Let's get this. Get these symbiotic bad boys here. Shiny and oily, like oil type thingy. Talk to you later. Gotcha. Man, Brother Fong knows it all. He's hip. He's got the riz. He knows the lingo. Probably knows all the handshakes, all the cool guy handshakes. But yeah, that would be awesome to come out and do a Christian comic show on the West Coast. On the West Coast. Let's do it. Yeah, I would be stoked to come back to San Diego Comic-Con. Come on, give me some more ink. These brush pens. They look beautiful when they look beautiful, and then when they start running out, they just kind of go kaput. Look at this guy. Look at how many strokes I have to get to just get a little bit of tone. Come on, guys. Guys. I can't believe it. I'm gonna throw away these brush pens. I know I don't pay a lot for them because I'm cheap, but you gotta show me some love here. It might be because of the surface that I am using also. It is a very thirsty surface. It is the back of a backer board. So Funk says, I'm probably going to try to get an Airbnb for Comic-Con. You can crash with us if you want. Okay. Now things are kind of shaping up. So I gotta check the old budget. I mean, the budget looks pretty good right now. We ended 2025 with a surplus because of the work that I did for the Advent book and the other church, where I was doing a lot of the drawing for their workbook. So the good thing was that it ended in the black, way in the black. The bad thing is Alpha Red number 8 got pushed back 2 months. So it makes me a little sad, but hey, sitting pretty. Let me see. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. She has a line that takes her down there. All right. And let's see, how do I want to do this? Because I don't have a lot of my ink supply is not flowing like I was hoping it'd be flowing. You knowing. Kabamski. This is one of the things I don't like certain kind of energy stuff. Need to get better at that. I usually look at Joe Madureira or somebody to see how he's doing it. And it's hard to see exactly what they're doing if you're looking at the actual comic, because the colorist often grabs the lines and it really punches it up when they grab those lines and make like energy things light up, and it's distracting. Like I want to see what the penciler originally did that signaled to the colorist to make it glow in a certain way. And it's usually very minimal. Like they kind of hint at stuff. And it's like fantastic. Fantastic. So I trust who I trust with some of those things to inspire me. So I just go to the same old guys. Same old handful of guys. Handful of guys. All right, guys. Speaking of guys, I think we are going to call this one done. I'm going to outline this just a little bit more. And then bid you guys adieu. And maybe next week we will do the Illuminator. I'm hoping to hear back from, his name is Glenn. Gosh, my old man brain. Glenn something. And the penciler or artist name was Craig something. And it's neat to hear what was going on behind the scenes. And you know, I don't want to hint at the possible story, but I'd love to just play with the character. Just for anybody who enjoyed the character, it seemed like enough people remember that he exists, and those people who picked it up, knowing that it was a Christian comic, seemed to enjoy it. It was good enough to scratch their comic book itch as comic fans who were Christians. So why not allow the Illuminator to return? Why not? Why not? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me, sorry. I'm just reading without pulling it up here. But the Funk says, for the Christian Comic Book Convention, you can crash at my place. We have a guest room. That would be awesome. That would make it even easier to say yes. I'll take you out for some good Vietnamese food and the egg coffee. Yes. It's all coming together. The Geeky Cafe. Brother Ernest says, happy Sunday, James. God bless, brother. Sorry I'm late. No. I'm just glad you're here. Brother Benny's in the house. I've heard about the Illuminator, but never read it. Yep. So I have my copies hopefully coming soon. I went on eBay and I bid, and I don't think anybody else outbid me. So I will find out tomorrow at, I don't know, 8 a.m., 12 p.m., noon or something like that, whether I am the highest bidder. So I'm hoping that I get it because I'm excited. I want to interact with anything that is Christian, intentionally Christian, whether they did it good or bad. I want to see, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. That's how I glean. I want to glean any positive things from it, and then also learn what negative things I don't like about how the gospel is presented or faith is presented, and just try to do it right. All right, guys. Let's sign it here. And if you are interested in this, this is a Christian comic book. It is available on Starcross Comics, but you can only get the variant cover that I drew through me. Whoop. It's a good thing I did that in pencil. I did this, I think, last week too, where I signed it in. That's 2025. So $30 gets you this image, this original drawing drawn on the back of a backer board, and this Black Blossom #1 with the variant cover by myself, by yours truly. I do have the original image of that somewhere. I cannot find it. I was looking for it before we got on here, but alas, time, she ran out on me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and stopping by, ending your weekend. I do turn 51 on Wednesday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you for Brother Fong bringing that up. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hope you're not too buried in snow. Except Brother Benny is probably buried in snow if you're in New York. I think maybe it skirted right underneath you guys. If I think I know where you're living. But thank you for hanging out. So until next time, friends, grace and peace. We are. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're out.
Sirens cry in the dead of night. Iron gates give way to a blinding light. Concrete shakes, the chains come loose. Evil walks free with a twisted excuse. From shattered sails to a purple sky, a storm is born and the reason is why. Dr. Dizzer strolls back again, cooking chaos for the fall of man. Thunder cracks, shouts his name. Every raindrop spreads his pain. But when the world is bent and torn, a hero rises to be his thorn. When the lightning falls and the heavens shake, Alpha Red rises for the innocent's sake. With faith in his heart and steel in his hand, he won't back down, he will take his stand. Weather turns wild, but hope won't bend. The storm may rage, but light will ascend against the dark. Until the end, they'll take a stand. Weather turns wild, but hope won't bend. The storm may rage, but light will ascend against the dark. Until the end, our champion won't break. Alpha Red will defend. Lie. Hurricanes, winds across the skies, a world held hostage by storms and flame. Nature itself bent to a madman's game. Gears lock in, the gauntlets glow. Every gadget tuned to the coming blow. strength of 10 and wisdom above, powered by faith, driven by love. When the clouds roll in like judgment day, and fear tells every soul to pray, he remembers who commands the winds and who the storm must answer to. When the lightning falls and the heavens shake, Alpha Red rises for the whole world's sake. With faith in his heart and steel in his hand, he won't back down, he will make a stand. Weather turns wild, but hope won't bend. The storm may rage, but light will ascend against the dark. Until the end, don't take a stand. Weather turns wild, but hope won't bend. The storm may rage, but light will ascend against the dark. Until the end, our champion won't break. Alpha Red will defend. Behind the clouds, a shadow waits, pulling the strings, sealing fates. But no design escapes his sight, no hidden hand outlasts the light. Peace, be still, the thunder hears, power bows when truth draws near. Let the robots fall and the villain run, let the rain and clouds black out the sun. Stronger than fear, louder than dread, the righteous stand where angels tread. From prison walls to the world's last breath, he fights for life, he stares down death. In crimson armor, battle red will defend.